welcome back to the garage. Welcome back to the Bedslide build. Taking a couple weeks off. We're going to be doing part 6 today. And I know I told you that part 6 was going to be the spray-on bed liner. That's going to be part 7 now. I think what I want to do is take some time and show you. Today we're going to be building the sort of covers to the tops of the side boxes on the Bedslide. I'm going to go over and show you what that's going to look like. And basically it's going to be like a hinge door flap. It will function to cover up the turnbuckles that hold the boxes in place on the sides of the bed, as well as just function as sort of like a cover if you wanted to use it as a storage area. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then part 7, I promise, will be the spray-on bed liner and the final part of Bedslide build. So without further ado, we'll just get right into it. I'll show you what we're going to be building and then start building. All right, we are back up here in the truck bed. Here's the Bedslide. As you can see, what I wanted to show you is what we're working on today. We're going to be putting a plywood cover over this middle piece here, all the way down this piece, and then also along this box piece here, and that far end, this end here, middle piece here, and this box right here. The purpose is that I'm not sure right away which direction I plan on having these. Well, this middle cover isn't going to open, it's just going to stay screwed together. But I'm not sure if I'm going to have the covers on this end here and that end open up this this direction, or if they're going to open up this direction. Depending on clearance with the bed rail here and the shape will determine how they open up. But there's going to be a piece here. I'm probably going to end up screwing to this for this piece and then gluing this side and not really screwing this one down, and then seeing how I can best attach the piece here and where the hinge is going to go, kind of determine how it all goes together. But first things first, we got to cut the pieces to size. So let's go ahead and take some measurements and get going on that. All right, I had to pause things for a bit. We're back up in the bed with the tool. I don't know if you recall, if you're with us for part 1, you will remember this tool. It's the sort of contouring tool. You can pick one up at your hardware store for like 10 bucks. It will very helpfully and easily kind of measure the weird contour here. Essentially just throw it up against it and it measures the contour. You take it over to your piece of wood. In this case we're using the 3/4 inch sand ply again, moving it right so where you need to put your line, just tracing it out. So I'm going to come back with you guys once I've taken all these measurements and drawn the lines on all the pieces of wood, and start filming again when I'm cutting, and then bring it back once more for fitment of all these pieces. Okay, we're back up in the truck bed after I've cut the first piece of 6. So 3 on this side and 3 behind me. So what we're gonna do is this piece here, that piece there, they're gonna function as sort of pop-up little doors. This will, nothing to grip it with at the moment, but this will sort of fold up like this. I'll have a hinge down here. I'll be able to use this to store things like jumper cables or whatever that I don't want to have floating around in my cab, because my truck doesn't have under seat storage in the back seats. So I'll use this area to store some of stuff like that. So this is the first one cut. This will also be sprayed with the spray-on bed liner. Basically, you can kind of see the contour, how that worked. It worked pretty well. I've never used a contour tool before. You know, I gave myself about 2 or 3 millimeters clearance, probably closer to 3 or 4, especially here. So I have enough room after spraying on the bed liner for it to not rub. And I think I'll be able to attach this piece here into this. Hopefully, I don't know if I got a screw in here, but I can at least glue this side and then screw this side down here. So I think what I'll do is I'll start working on the others, put you on a hyperlapse here, and then come back with all 6 of these pieces here in the bed. Alright guys, we are back up here in the bed. I've gotten all 6 of these pieces cut, and as you can see, the whole thing looks a lot cleaner with them on there. You don't have all that hardware exposed. The real reason, I think most practical reason I'm doing this, apologize for the squeaking, that is the wood peg acting as a lock, just squeaking a little bit. But anyway, the reason I'm doing this is I do want to put my dog back here eventually, and having the windows open, I'll take the screens out, he can stick his head out here. This will act as a platform for him to stand. He does like to put his head out the window, so that's one reason I want to do this. The other reason is, you know, I can use this compartment here, that one there, that one there, and this one here to store things. Now, as I was creating these boxes, I was toying with some hinges that I have, seeing how I wanted this all to go together initially. What I was thinking about doing was having this whole thing open up like this. What I think I'm going to do is have it open up this way, sort of this way, only because it's easier to put the hinge on here. I've looked at it with the hinge here. Nothing is going to be interfering with this hinge in this location. The drawer will operate smoothly. I'll just put the hinge here, connect the drawer to this guy, it'll open up, and then it's hard to do this with one hand. I'll mount the hinge sort of like this. Sorry, the lighting's pretty bad. The sun's out behind me now. Mount the hinge here. This will open, shut, open, shut. Again, these doors have to open so I can get access to the hardware. I do want to have them covered though, so I can store things in here without them, you know, the things that I store in here without them coming out or getting dirty, whatever. So what I think I'm going to do is get to mounting these. Before I mount the hinges though, I have to mount this middle piece, which is going to be a fixed piece. So this middle piece here is a fixed piece. It will cover the wheel well, and nothing is going to be stored in there. It's just going to be fixed. So I've got to look at, you know, mounting this in the exact location here so that this one and this one are in the correct spot. I got to think about pre-drilling maybe 3 screws and then gluing in a way that will allow this to, you know, putting something on here that'll press it into place. I don't want to screw into basically what amounts to half of a 3/4 inch piece of wood end grain here. I don't want to, you know, screw into this just because this is only going to be half on that. So I am just going to be securing the ends with glue, the length of it with screws and glue. So I think that'll be fine for what we're doing. And the last piece that I want to talk about was this guy. I had to put a curve in here. Unfortunately, it was just a sort of a consequence of how this bed is. I've got this sort of lip that comes up and out this way. If this thing opens this way, it has to put my hand over here. As this thing opens, this will interfere. So in order to get it to open completely, I had to cut a notch out. That was, for me, the best option. Again, if I had opened this one sort of this direction, you can see here it would get stuck here. I'd actually have to shorten it to about this length. I didn't want to have that shortened completely. As it stands, having this cut out here acts as a really good handhold to open it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount this guy. Alright guys, I wanted to catch you up here. I've gotten the middle sections on both sides mounted, there and there. So those are glued and screwed. The end pieces here, not yet. So what we're gonna do is put the hinges on these guys, at least 4 hinges. So I'm gonna be doing that here, probably in the hyperlapse, get it going real quick, and then just showing you how it all functions once I'm done. Alright guys, I've got the first door on. I decided not to film the other 3 because it's taken too long. I don't have that much space. I'll come back once they're all on, but I wanted to show you just how the first one looks and operates. It's just, you grab it, opens all the way up. Full access to this stuff. Shuts, no problem there. I haven't put the other hardware in here because the only screws I had that were short enough, the screws that came with it were too long. We're going to go through this guy. We're these round head ones, and they're interfering with the operation of it, so I took those 2 out, but I'll put something in there eventually. For now though, it works, and go ahead and get the others done, and then put the drawer back in and show you the finished product. Alright guys, the hinges are on, all 4 of them. You can see that one there, way down there, and here. Show you a operation. Just rolls up like that. Access to here. Close it up. Again, this side, same deal. Close it up. So, sorry about that. Let that motorcycle go by. Again, that's the latch mechanism that I made. If you want to see it, instructions on how to do it, that type of thing, put a comment down below. I'll think about making something showing how to do this. That keeps the drawer secure when I'm in there, or if I don't want it moving around. If my dog's in there, I don't want it kind of moving back and forth a little bit. The drawer operates like that, nice and smooth. There's the latches, there's the covers, so hopefully my dog will like that. I think it'll be great for all the sort of miscellaneous pieces I'll store in there. Anyway, that will wrap up part 6. If you guys enjoyed what you saw today, if you want to see more like this, feel free to like the channel, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, and turn the notifications on for more. And I will see you probably in about 2 weeks. I'm looking through, there's some rough edges I want to clean up here, and just fitment issues that I want to like bring in a little bit better. Maybe next week, and then following week I'll be painting, spraying the bed liner on here for part 7. So till then, see you later.